There's a reason the FBI has a terrorist watch list. It's to help protect us. Here at home, unfortunately, suspected terrorists can walk into one of 50,000 gun stores and legally buy a gun, and then walk into our churches, our factories, anywhere, and fire away. Congress just said no to closing the terrorist loophole. It's not the only solution, but when Congress fails to act, it endangers us all. Close the terrorist loophole. Save lives.
Sport has the power to change the world. It has the power to unite people in a way that little else does.
Jason Collins is the first male player from a major team sport to announce that he is gay.
I'm dating a guy and I couldn't be happier.
I'm Michael Sam. I'm a football player and I'm gay.
Robbie Rogers now breaking yet another barrier.
All the support has been overwhelming.
Because of you, there's a little boy playing basketball right now who knows that he can be who he is and play the sport that he loves.
When you look back on these years, you will see a time in which we put a stop to discrimination against gays and lesbians.
You have to be brave to step forward and declare to the rest of the world, this is who I am.
Dentro do campo, não existe espaço para o preconceito e discriminação. Somente a arte de jogar.
Live your life the way you want to live.
Não importa quem você ama, o que importa é fazer gol.
Being gay in sports doesn't change the way you play the game.
Sport unites us.
Let's support a world where every athlete can
be proud of who they are.
It's important to be proud to play.
Jogue com orgulho.
I'm proud to play.
Jogue com orgulho. Jogue com orgulho.
I'm proud to play.
Jogue com orgulho.
This is the biggest moment in sports. It's our time to make a difference and show the world that every athlete can be proud to play.
Sport can create hope where once there was only despair.
much can do you want? How much can it?
Hi, see you in a couple weeks.
I need your picture.
outfit? I'm a rainbow. You guys, this is such a special night for me. I really feel so honored to be here. Thank you for having me. Equal rights is something that I've been conscious of and has been really dear to my heart forever since I was a little kid. And funny thing happened earlier today across the street. There were like 3 really negative, terrible people talking about this. And yeah, it was horrible. And I yelled a little. I was like, bye, Felicia. But then honestly, I felt really sad for them because their heart is never going to be open to something as beautiful as this. And this is honestly one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. It's one of the most beautiful things I've ever been a part of. So, I think we won. This next song is about that. It's about love and drugs. Sing it with me. I know you know the words. I think I might need some rehab, or maybe just need some sleep. I've got a sick obsession. I'm seeing it in my dreams. I'm looking down every alley. I'm making those desperate calls. I'm staying up on that hope and hitting my head against the wall. What you got, boy, is hard to find. I think about it all the time. I'm all strung out, my heart is fried. I just can't get you off my mind. Cause your love, your love, your love is my drug. Your love, your love, your love. Your love, your love, your love is my drug. Your love, your love, your love. Won't listen to any advice. Someone's telling me I should think twice. So I'm left to my own devices. I'm addicted. My friends think I've gone crazy. My judgment's getting kinda hazy. My steez is gonna be affected if I keep it up like a lovesick crackhead. What you got, boy, is hard to find. I think about it all the time. I'm all strung out. My heart is fried. I just can't get you off my mind. Cause your love, your love, your love is my drug. Your love, your love, your love. Your love, your love, your love is my drug. Your love, your love, your love. I don't care what people say. The rush is worth the price. I say I get so high when you're with me, but crash and crave you when you're there. Hey, so I've got a question. Do you wanna have a summer party in my basement? Do you wanna make your heart beat like an 808 drum? It's my love, your drug, your drug, your drug. Is it? Because your love, your love, your love is my drug. Your love, your love, your love. Your love, your love, your love is my drug. Your love, your love, your love.
not here because I want to be here. I am here because I have to be here. After my daughter was murdered 2 weeks ago, I said on national television that we have to do whatever it takes to fix this problem. Whatever it takes to fix this problem. Keeping the pressure on our lawmakers until they do the right thing. And if they won't, we will find their replacement. You know, I can tell you that there's no place I'd rather be than in front of all of you here today. Starting tomorrow, I will meet with anyone, any place, anytime.
We're going to do whatever it takes to get to Congress to pay attention, to listen.
We will do whatever it takes to get our legislators to understand that we're not statistics, we're not numbers, we're human beings dying in the street over senseless gun violence.
We're going to grow the movement in this country to get the gun violence prevention laws and the culture around gun safety that we need in America and we so badly deserve.
We're not going to give up. We're not going away. This is our life's work. We did not pick this. This picked us.
We were a family of kayakers and paddlers. Keep the mantra in mind when we confront that big wave at the start of a rapid that's going to try and flip you. Hit it head on and never stop paddling. You just have to paddle through the rapids. You just have to paddle through. So keep paddling with us, folks. We're going to do whatever it takes. Thank you.
Let's do it.
We
Can.
We
can.
We can.
We
Can.
We can end. We
Can end.
We can end.
We can end
gun violence.
gun violence.
Gun violence. End.
Gun violence.
We can end gun violence.
We can.
And gun violence.
We can end.
We can end gun violence.
When we come together, Americans can do anything.
We can end gun violence.
We can end
Gun violence.
We can end gun violence.
We can end
Gun violence.
We can.
End.
Gun violence.
We can end.
Gun violence.
We can
End. Gun violence.
We can end gun violence.
We can end gun violence.
We can
End. Gun violence.
We can
End. Gun violence.
We can.
End gun violence.
We can.
End. Gun violence.
We can end.
Gun violence.
We can.
We can
End gun violence.
We can
End gun
violence.
We can.
End gun violence.
We can end gun violence.
We can end gun violence.
We can
End gun violence.
We can.
End gun violence.
Every day, whether we're reading the paper or on the radio or watching TV, it's a shooting. Why are you being a part of this?
I'm doing this PSA because I think it can be changed. It's heartbreaking, it's disappointing. I know how for each of those families to have to go through that. That's unimaginable pain. It's affecting the cultural tone and temperature of the country. Right in my backyard, right where Oracle Arena is, right where we play. The countless people that are affected, that they can't just go down the street to the corner store. They can't go with their families to the park. They can't do things for fear of their lives, and that's sad. As a parent of two little girls, anytime you hear of somebody not even involved in an altercation, or somebody not involved in a dispute or something getting caught in the middle, spray bullet or what have you, that hurts. I don't know what I would do if I got a call or if I, knew my daughter's gone. That's no parent should ever have to go through that. Whatever we can do to hopefully change our culture, that's what we're here for. I have a voice and I want to share it and stop gun violence in its entirety.
My name is Stephen Barton. 3 years ago, my best friend and I took a cross-country bicycle trip, and we arrived at Colorado. We were staying with a friend, and we wanted to take her out to the movies. We both decided that since Batman was premiering that night, we might as well go. About 30 minutes into the movie, a gunman burst through the emergency exit, started shooting. I was hit before I realized what was happening with a shotgun blast, and about 24 pieces of of metal came into my upper torso and my face and my neck. The fear, that you feel when someone's stalking you with a gun is just indescribable. There was a point when I felt that I was going to die, lying on the floor, bleeding heavily, and just listening to the rap, rap, rap of the rifle. And people screaming, people shouting, there was a bunch of smoke. After maybe a minute of that, the shooting stopped. And it's only because his magazine, which held 100 bullets, it's only because that jammed that I was able to escape. And if that gun had not jammed, I don't think I would be here talking to you today. I consider myself to still be on the road to recovery. Physically, I feel okay, but it's something that I think about every day, and that's something that I don't think will ever disappear. This is not something that I thought about before I was shot, and now that I've been so immersed in this world and exposed to it, it's amazing the hundreds, the thousands of people who have been through this and are still so strong and still so vocal. They're really the people who inspire me and who give me strength.
What is it going to take to turn this around?
I think it's going to take people rising up, people organizing, people making their voices heard about this issue in a way that they haven't before. Our politicians are totally content to cash their checks from the gun lobby and do nothing. Only by holding them accountable will anything ever change.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Do you have some connection to Sandy Hook?
I grew up, and my parents still live in a town called Southbury, which is right next to Sandy Hook. And that was about 6 months after Aurora, after I'd been shot. And so it was just a span of time when I felt that these terrible shootings were just going to follow me.
My name is Cheyenne Norman, and on July 22nd, 2012, I took my son Lloyd Christopher Morgan Jr. outside to play. I never brought my son back home.
Tell us what happened.
I was at a memorial for a girl who had been killed 3 years earlier. All day, it was happiness, us people being together, barbecues, just family. And at 9 o'clock, they started shooting. You would have thought I was in a war zone, as many shots was fired that night. But my 4-year-old son was the only one killed. I seen a hole in his head, and I knew he was kind of gone. And I called Lloyd. He said, well, where was he hit? And I just told him, I don't know. And I remember lying because I didn't want him not to have, I don't know, some type of hope. I just didn't want to tell him over the phone. I still remember I was putting him into preschool. He hadn't lost teeth yet. We were still learning how to count and ABCs. I have 4 years of memories that it has to sustain me for the rest of my life. My son was gunned down like he was a grown man, 1 shot to the head. And my whole life changed. Our lives are different now. Holidays are different now. Birthdays are different now. Smiles are different because they hide pain. I know it wasn't my fault, but as a mother, as a parent, you are supposed to be there for your children. And I feel like in some way that I wasn't. That day, right before I went outside, we had given Lloyd some juice, and he had a white t-shirt on. And his father told him, don't spill that on your shirt, because if you do, you're gonna stay here. And he spilled it on his shirt. But he still let him go. And he brings that up like I should have kept him home because he spilled juice on his shirt. it goes in. It's a whole cycle of what could we have done differently for the outcome not to be the same. But in our hearts, we know that there was nothing that we could have done.
My name is Colin Goddard. On April 16, 2007, I was a student at Virginia Tech, and Monday morning I had a 9 a.m. French class to go to, and about halfway through, another girl came in late. She said, well, there was a shooting in my dorm this morning. Probably wasn't 5 minutes after that, we heard this like bang, bang, bang. And then seconds later, it was bang, bang, bang. And this time it was louder, it was closer. You could tell this was happening down the hallway. And then bullets started coming through our door. When I jumped to the floor, I looked up to the front of the classroom and I saw a man in brown military combat boots, khaki pants, a white shirt, and 2 holsters crossed over both of his shoulders. And seconds later, I felt a force in my knee like I've never felt before. And then that feeling, coupled with the smell of the propellant from the gunpowder, I kind of came full circle with the situation and realized I just got shot. There wasn't anyone really talking or anything in the classroom. We were all just kind of laid there. And as he came back a third time, again down each row, I was shot in my armpit. It flipped my whole body around and exposed my right side, and I was shot a 4th time in my right hip. And then all of a sudden, the shooting just stopped. You could hear the police were in the building, and the first thing they said when they burst through the door was, "Shoot her down. Shoot her down." And that's when I realized the last gunshot I heard was the one he gave himself in the front of our classroom. I was 6 days in the hospital. I had months of physical therapy. One of the bullets that came in here broke my femur, so they had to put a titanium rod in the center of my left leg, which I have with me today. I still have bullets in my hips and above my knee with me for the rest of my life. There are some people, though, who wake up in the morning and see a different face in the mirror every day, you know, who can't do the same things that they had done before, and they're in a different place with everything. I was just incredibly lucky that none of these bullets hit any major arteries, major organs, major nerve centers. The shooting opened my eyes to a world I knew very little about. I assumed, like most people in this country, that we do everything we can to keep guns away from dangerous people. And when I learned that we don't even do a background check on every gun sale, I was like, whoa, 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 wait a minute. We don't even have that as like a basic policy? What we all watched in Blacksburg, what we watch routinely unfold in this country with horror is not someone exercising their Second Amendment rights. I have yet to meet somebody who doesn't think doing a background check before you sell a gun to somebody is a bad idea. We're in this situation in America because the gun industry has written our laws and written our rules. And we need the American public to stand up and say, we're not going to do it this way anymore. And we need something to change.
I'm Barbara Parker.
And I'm Andy Parker.
And this is our daughter, Allison.
Tell us about Allison.
She was fun as a child. She was into everything. And when she became an adult, she was still just, in spite of looking like this, she was goofy. And she was a talented journalist. But she just, what you saw on television was what she was in real life.
How has this changed your life?
What it has done, it has turned us into advocates to try and end this insanity.
You see the gun violence in the world and you think, that's really, it's awful, it's horrible what's happening, and yet until it directly affects your family, you don't start doing your homework and finding out what the laws are and how that it really just makes no sense. And so both of us felt like this is our new mission in life. This is what we have to do, is to try to make a difference so that other families don't feel what we feel.
When you talk to politicians, what do they say to you?
Most of them don't even give you lip service. They care more about cashing their NRA checks than they do about our kids. The irony of it is that most NRA members, most gun owners are with us.
It's because there are so many loopholes now with gun shows and with straw sales that it's really easy for guns to get into the hands of people that shouldn't have them. And people say, well, Allison's killer passed a background check. So is that a reason to do nothing?
Anything. Yeah.
Is because it wouldn't have saved our daughter?
Yeah.
That's not a reason to do nothing, because somebody else's daughter is the next one.
And that's really it.
And we always said, if you believe in something and it's important, then do something about it.
If we weren't doing what we're doing, she'd be pissed.
She would be.
let's talk about the drop.
Yeah, the drop. The drop of consciousness. It's a necklace that my mother created. It's a sculpture that she made about 20 years ago. It represents tears for those lost in the gun violence. All the money goes to helping kids in community centers, building programs, and I feel like those are the real anti-violence projects, is investing in these community centers, investing for these kids. I grew up in community centers, playing at PAL. That community center changed my life. The director over there became like my second father. Rest in peace, Mr. Green. That's what I try to do here, you know, just try to put in some work. My mom does art with the kids. We have basketball clinics, and just keeping the kids invested. It doesn't matter if it's art, it doesn't matter if it's basketball. Just keeping the kids involved, giving them hope, giving them different things to do. I've been blessed to play for the Chicago Bulls for 9 years now, and Chicago's been like a second home to me. As much as I love it, the biggest issue is this gun violence. The access to the guns is out of control. I remember this kid, Kurt, he used to wait outside of the United Center before every game my rookie year. 3 summers ago, he got shot. These were kids that he knew, so it was pretty easy for him to retaliate. You know, I got to vibe with him and just try to give him encouraging words. And sometimes it's just having, you know, somebody there that you can call when you feel like you're gonna blow up, to just give you sanity. This is an unbelievable country. I've got to travel a lot, and this is the best country in the world. The reality is there's a lot of kids around this country who feel like they have no hope, and they're using guns at an alarming rate. That doesn't really happen anywhere else. As great as America is, we have to be, you know, critical, and I think it's definitely time for a change to try to help these kids.
Hey, gorgeous. What you drinking?
Bourbon.
Oh, that's a strong drink for a pretty little thing like you.
Uh-huh. You know, I'm actually just waiting
Hey,
for a friend.
name's Gary. Part-time cashier, full-time patriot, and you are?
Jessica. I'm in the service.
Oh, a lady soldier. Nice. That Uncle Sam is one lucky, lucky man. So I take it you carry a gun, huh?
Well, I'm on leave right now, but yeah, I am licensed and trained to carry a firearm.
Yeah, me too. Me too. In fact, I'm packing right now.
Wow. Subtle.
Take them with me everywhere. The mall, the movies, the bouncy house at my nephew's birthday party. You never know when there's gonna be a bad guy with a gun.
I know the feeling, but tell me, how would anyone know exactly that you're a good guy with a gun and not the bad guy?
These guns are the only thing standing between us and tyranny.
That makes sense. So you're telling me that it'll keep the government, which I guess means soldiers like me, from coming to get all your guns, right?
Whoa, you seem a little obsessed with guns, Schnookums. Hey, you know what's really dangerous? Hammers. The stats I could show you.
To think, with all my training after all these years, I just didn't understand this gun thing until a super smart gunsplainer like you explained it to me.
You should go out sometime. You're a pistol, huh?
Guess that's why I'm gonna have to shoot you down.
I really am a good guy with a gun. Seriously, watch out for hammers.
Columbine.
Virginia Tech.
Tucson.
Aurora.
Fort Hood. Oak Creek. Newtown.
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 How many more? How many more? How many more colleges? How many more classrooms?
How many more movie theaters?
How many more houses of faith?
How many more shopping malls?
How many more street corners?
How many more?
How many more?
Enough. 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 Enough.
Demand a plan.
Right now. As a mom.
As a dad. As a friend. As a husband.
As a wife.
As an American.
As an American.
As an American.
As a human being.
For the children of Sandy Hook. Demand a plan. No more lists of names. It's not too soon.
It's too late.
Now is the time.
Before we all know someone who loved someone on that list.
No more lists.
No more.
Who they might have been, no more.
If we had just done something yesterday.
It's time.
We can do better than this.
We can do better than this.
It's time.
It's time.
It's time for our leaders to act.
Demand a plan. Right now.
Right now.
You! Demand it!
Enough.
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 Enough.